It's 12:36 on the 18th of May, and this is just with regard to the ongoing offences that I'm experiencing with individuals that are causing a discomfort and a disruption to civil society, and repeat offenders in the form of mental health practitioners that are not within remit and that are of offences regarding slander of my character. So this is a very huge concern with regard to the role of mental health practitioners in any vendetta of hate crime, and individuals that are to represent human rights, facilitating and assisting slander of character with false reporting and very fraudulent complaints. So as I've mentioned in my RTB regulated apartment, social housing apartment, there have been people disturbing the peace, violating whistleblower protection laws, and in the meantime my farm holdings are being trespassed upon by individuals that are negotiating matters that they have no consent or legal rights to be discussing at all. So my beautiful farm holdings in Ardfert and Kilflynn are being trespassed upon by people that have caused offence to my child and I. And I'm very, very, very curious how the government is justifying these kind of liabilities that have damaged the environment of this apartment, the apartment environment has been damaged as a consequence of these liabilities, offences with the past 2 years. RTB regulations have been violated and they have been brought to the attention of the regulatory bodies. I'm awaiting ombudsman since 2017, and mental health practitioners getting a little bit liberal with their words without any liability acknowledged in the past is a huge issue. So people in my proximity that are exacerbating offences that my child and I have experienced, that doesn't help the democracy or human rights. And it's a bit cheeky as well, considering that there's been societal and legislative developments as a consequence of my purpose, and that there's been researchers and developments from those researchers that have discussed my personal experience without my consent. So there's been a lot of progress and evolution, and there hasn't been much respect for ethos, morals and codes of behaviour. So the research and development of the past 2 years that have discussed my personal experience, that is a spiritual experience, I would appreciate you addressing your formalities and legalities that are due with this person, and the mental health practitioners acting on behalf of the frauds that have imposed upon me. I would appreciate you understanding the role I have as an advocate with the past 15 years. So the mental health practitioners that aren't doing their job properly and that are assisting offences against the state, I would appreciate you realising your remit, having worked with the Department of Social Welfare, the Department of Education and the Department of Agriculture. This situation is very insulting and injurious to human rights and the constitution of this country. So I take great exception to people coming in within my bounds and my limits, and causing me offence and slander of my character. So the guards and the government for the past 3 years that are aware of an unlawful care order and a child that was harmed severely in state care, I would appreciate you addressing your obligations and the impact statements that you received from me in the past 2 years. Harms, damages and losses are quite extensive that I've experienced. So there's laws to be respected. And I hope for the sake of the children that there won't be any more exacerbatory offences without reparations.